I'd done a fair amount of research about witch camps and witch accusations. And actually what surprised me when I went there was how ordinary the women were. They were like you and me. They were really ordinary, just an older version. So I didn't consider them as freaks. I just thought them as kind of, not victims, but maybe the best way to say is victims of just a system that works against them, I guess. When I approached them to have pictures, they got quite annoyed about it and said, everyone takes pictures of us and they leave. So I had this image in my idea that people come from Europe, they take pictures of them and then they go. And I thought I'm probably one of those for sure. And so it's kind of a judgment on myself about how we perceive these women, how we also exploit them for our own sort of guilt. And so that was one of the ideas that came from this idea of changing perspectives. The work comes from the casting. This is what I do, is the casting, and I go through lots and lots of people to get to the girl. I cast nearly 1,000 kids. And for the women, we went through various networks, and some women I workshopped. There was different things to get these women. They ended up being 32 women. And so once I do that hard work, I'm quite hands-off. I let them pretty much, I follow them, so they have to dictate how they want to be in a space. Sometimes, unless we're really in a rush, then I sit them down and say, we have to shoot, just sit there. But usually they dictate how we capture them, really. What I really wanted was something really, really simple, like almost like a fairy tale, like a book, like you could illustrate it, for different reasons, because I wanted the appearance of a fairy tale. I want the film is based on this idea of fairy tale language, at least Zambian fairy tale language. And also, I wanted it that if people in Zambia watched, you don't have to be particularly educated or anything to understand what's happening. I didn't want to make the images complex or abstract. So this is what I wanted to reach out to as many people as I could, at least in Zambia. And so that's how I approached it. And yeah, someone else said that that it's quite beautiful. I didn't realize it until I looked at it. So it was quite pretty. I didn't think of this because when what we wanted, the look was to have, it was meant to go from green, and then it goes dry and dry throughout the film to kind of, express what she feels, because she's quite stoic, the girl, which I wanted. She's expressionless a lot, so I wanted what she sort of feels illustrated in what's happening behind her. So that's how we picked, how to frame it and where and the landscapes and all this stuff. And at the end it gets dry and dry, and then I think the last bit is a quarry, and it's just to illustrate how much she's getting exploited, I guess.